Welcome to Jurassic Park.
The scientists never stopped. You said, "Can we?" Never stopped to ask, "Should we?" or whatever the fucking line was.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should.
It's motherfucking after dark.
Wah, 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 wah.
Look away, look away, look away. Dixieland, 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 Dixieland. Dixieland.
Nelson does not understand computers whatsoever.
How the damn machine doesn't work? What the hell is this New York Times liberal media?
Hey, it doesn't count as one of your 5 a month article limit because it's a quiz.
Where's the fucking paywall? Oh my god. All right. So
yeah, I'm trying to impart some culture on unrefined Nelson here.
Okay, so for the people
doing a dialect quiz.
For the live studio audience and the people at home, we're taking this New York Times How You Talk Your Dialect quiz by Josh Katz and Wilson Andrews. Time out. This guy's name's Wilson Andrews. Shouldn't it be like Andrew Wilson? That makes more sense. I don't know. Anyway, next.
You've
Why
never
don't you
met somebody
rewrite
with
his
Andrews
birth
as a last name?
certificate?
Apparently, what?
Nelson literally cannot do 2 things at once.
I can't. I mean, I've started the quiz. One question 2.
No,
Okay.
Nelson, we're supposed to
go
take
back.
it together.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, well, I'm gonna have us record 2 hours of us just quietly taking a quiz separately.
All right.
Because
So,
the point is that the quiz, you're supposed to answer the quiz that has several options of how you pronounce different things, and it's supposed to be able to guess where you're from. And it's
Okay.
from 2013, so we're almost 10 years out of date at this point. But everything else is basic. Like everywhere else I could find this quiz was basically using the same quiz,
gotcha.
but like on newer web pages. So this is the New York Times version. I'm pretty sure, like Mark and I have taken this before, but for me, it's probably been since it was published in 2013. And the point, Nelson, is for us to read the questions and then we can talk about it together so that we can actually have a discourse about dialect in the different areas of the South.
Kai, you're so smart. I'm just gonna give you my degrees. You can white out my name and put your name, and you can be like, "Here, I have a master's in political science."
Yeah, because I'm gonna use that. Me.
You deserve them more than I do. That'll be my reparations. I give you a graduate degree.
How did you get this degree in Alabama when you've never lived in Alabama?
It was called reparations.
Honestly, Mr. Speaker, I'm really surprised if you're not going to edit this entire part out.
He's going to be like, "What the fuck?"
Trying to explain to Nelson how to do content.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Unless you really want to start on the news first. This is Mark's birthday weekend, after all.
Yeah.
We can start on
They're
the
gonna
news.
ruin my birthday weekend.
Damn it. Mark, how would you like to start the episode? Do you want to talk
We
about
have the
your-
quiz pulled up. We should do the quiz.
Okay.
I didn't do anything except for go to a museum and do a fossil dig and a gym panning thing like a
You
child.
did a fossil dig.
Who said the fossil was a rock?
They are rocks.
Fossils are rocks.
Wait, who were you arguing with? Because the thing you're like, it's a fossil. Like, no, it's a rock. And I forgot what it was.
Oh, that was my friend Hannah.
That was
They didn't
fun.
want to do it because they thought it was stupid, but they had like little tiny fragments like mixed in this like rubber substrate.
If I
And it
ever
was
meet
for
Hannah, we're
kids.
gonna have a chat about what is fun and what is not. And if
Yeah.
you don't like digging something out of rubber substrate, you can get the fuck out.
Hey, yeah, get the fuck out.
Yeah, and then my other friend didn't want to do the gym panning thing. And granted, there were like little chips and didn't even matter, but they didn't even want to take it home. You're allowed to have one fossil and one little bag of gemstone chips, and they didn't even bother to collect any for me to have.
Mark,
Disgusting.
we're gonna go
Disgusting.
to disgusting. We're gonna go to it's not DeSoto Cabins anymore. They finally changed the name to Marvelous Cabins, I think. But you can pan for gold. You want to go pan for gold? We can
Maybe.
we can keep the gold.
My back immediately started hurting, and I was like, yes, I have reached my middle 20s because my back is hurting while I'm panning for gemstones.
Yeah, Boggy Creek. We have a gem rough there. You buy a
Hell yeah.
bucket of sand, and you can go like do the mining rough thing. And I've done it like several times. I am 33 years old, and I will buy a bucket of sand full of chunks
Look,
of shitty rocks. every
yeah, I'm
time.
simple. If something's shiny and it seems like I'm doing something to discover an object, that's all I need. It doesn't matter if it's fake. It doesn't matter if some guy like smoking a pack of cigarettes mixed it into sand like 20 minutes before I dumped it in the water. It's still,
yeah.
I'm still doing it.
It's still fun.
Yeah.
If I was a kid and I saw that like you can dig a fossil, I don't know what I would have done considering we were so poor. My family probably would not have paid for it, but I would have done it anyway. I'd have found a way.
Yeah, and it was
Turn into
free.
hands.
I like going to the science places where you could just like sweep off the bones that you can't even take out of the thing. It's like a holy shit, this is a full T-Rex skull. Let me hit it with this brush a couple
Right.
of times. Fucking Jurassic Park. Oh, this is where you play God. Like yeah.
Yes, Nelson, this is where you play God.
Hey, kids, you have the responsibility of creating life.
You scientists never stopped. You said, can we? You never stopped to ask, should we? Or whatever the fucking line was.
You just gave up on that so quickly.
Said, can we? Or you never asked if we should. You should. Adam needs to put in just that actual quote over that from the movie. And then when what's his face is like, this is where you play. No, this is where you play God. I forgot what he says before that, but you know when Steven Spielberg has a dramatic music right before like something epic is about to happen, it's like, oh, here's a key change. You can tell something fucked up's about to happen.
Please put in the sad like recorder version of the Jurassic Park theme here.
That's how it's gonna open. This episode is gonna open with that.
But yeah, I got some little shark teeth. It wasn't
he,
a
you
total
know.
loss.
Mark made the mistake of sharing some like kid photos, like little kid photos.
The most adorable fucking
Oh
kid
my
photos.
god!
Right, what happened to
ever.
me?
You gained a personality. That's what
I want to go back in time and just hug little Mark and say it's gonna be okay. And just start-
every single one of Mark's faces, every single one is saying volume.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
It's just there is disbelief, there's sarcasm.
Imagine what the adults in the room were saying to me.
It's like this cute kid, like a bunch of flowers and everything, and then just like the most like 17-year-old sarcasm face I've ever seen, like full on eyebrows
Fucking
going.
Great.
You can put them on Patreon if you want to.
Oh, put him as a tier.
Yeah.
Unlock,
Or
Her
just
tier
put 'em on
is
there.
he, you know.
unlock
You know.
Mark's kid. Unlock Mark's toddler photos for $1.
You get access to the After Dark episodes. You get access to the Discord.
God, and
Also,
then you
bunch
said
of
that
kids.
you said that family picture. It looked like, was it your uncles? Looked like y'all they were about to drop the hottest like alternative rock song of the 1970s.
When Mark started sharing pictures, we're all like, okay, it's picture time. So I started sharing pictures of like my family, and so my mom is the oldest of 6. She has 5 younger brothers. And I have a picture of them where it's just their heads, and it's obviously taken in the 70s, like washed out and kind of too dark, and it's just their faces, kind of like imagine the Queen album cover, but with 6 people instead of 4. And it's just the most like feather curly hair and like headbands and everything.
It looks
It's
like
so good.
the movie trailer for every single like native exploitation film. Like
Honestly.
yeah. What is that? What's that? What's the main one? Oh my god.
Oh, which one, Nelson? Billy Jack? Are we talking about Billy Jack?
No,
Are we
it's-
talking about
wait, was
like
it-
Little Big Man? Are we talking about?
Hold on, wait.
Go on.
I know. I
Which one
fucked
am I
it up.
going to have to castigate you for knowing?
Hold on. Fucking smoke signals.
That's not an exploitation.
I
That's
know.
an Indian-made movie, you asshole.
Oh, okay. It's like the native version of Do the Right Thing.
You are in rare form tonight, my dude.
Oh man, when I think of like I don't know, I guess I'm using that word wrong. I think of like exploitation films. That is actually, you know what? Now that I'm saying it out loud, you're right.
What does the word mean? Sound it out.
Now that we're recording, you realize it.
Oh man, Anyway.
Okay.
it's our Bronx tale. I understand.
Well, I'm glad you had a somewhat interesting birthday.
Yay, Mark! Sweet Mark.
Nelson's just been fucking around with his new whatever
I know.
interface.
Yeah, I've been trying to. Yeah, so I got a new Focusrite Vocaster 1, and it has the wrong connection. So I ordered a new connection. So we'll see how that works. If not, Sweetwater is gonna get an earful.
Sweetwater, you're gonna
From
message him back.
Sweetwater. Actually, hold on. I think his name actually is. I just made that up, but like they give you like your I have to admit, like Sweetwater does have like the best customer service. It's like obnoxiously good. It's just like, oh shit, why are you texting me? Why are you calling me? This is weird.
I don't even answer texts from my own friends.
It
Fuck
is.
you want from me?
It is. It's from fucking
Fucking,
Sweetwater.
no, don't fucking full on dox him. We know where he works and what his name is.
What he looks like.
He's fake. He's not a real
Speaker,
person.
please,
Don't worry.
please bleep out at least the
Oh.
last name.
It's fine. He's a nice. I bet he's very nice.
This episode
And,
is brought to you by
Oh.
Bleep.
Oh, it has his whole bio. I can pull up his whole bio. Oh man,
Where is he
Yeah, but
from?
you know,
What's his wife's
The reason
name?
that most people would know that is because they
he
bought
has pictures of
something
his
from it.
wife and kids on his Sweetwater bio.
Yeah, you ever have that thought of like, if I didn't know this person already, would I have approached them to become friends? No.
No, but I bet he's I bet I can't wait to hear from him when he asks me how my interface is in like a week. He's gonna call me randomly and be like, "Hey, yeah, either I got it working or I didn't." I'm gonna be upset that the description did not say USB-C to USB-C. It just said USB-C, and I thought, oh, that's great. It's USB-C. No, it's USB-C to USB-A, and no modern tablet has USB-A inputs anymore. It's just, or yeah, outlets. It's fuck. So I'm back to my old Focusrite. So hopefully I can get my new one up and running because my new one has some cool shit. It has like I can add gain and it has a mute button for when I have to fart and burp. I don't have to mute myself on Zoom. I just hit that button. It's fucking great.
When have you ever stopped yourself before?
I know, right? There's been sometimes when we have guests. For y'all, no. For guests, yes.
we don't get the
Fair
mute
enough.
anymore.
No. Oh my. Anyway, so we're gonna do this quiz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it pulled up. Ready? You
Are
guys
we
ready?
Are you actually gonna do it this time?
No, I know.
I know you
have
don't
it-
know how to read, so
you know what? No,
want
you know
someone else
what?
to
You
read
know
it?
what? You know, no, time out. I am going to boom. Y'all see it?
Why do we need to see your
Well,
screen, Nelson?
I
Because
changed it
We're
so that
taking
I
it
could-
ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do it together on one.
How are we gonna all answer with different answers on
Oh, I thought
one?
we were all gonna talk.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
we
gonna
can
talk
read
about
the
it.
question. I can read the question. We can talk about it, and then we all answer on our own, so we all get our own result at the end.
Oh, okay. Ah, crap. How do I unshare? Oh, stop sharing. Okay, there you
Oh,
go.
Jesus. I had one idea for switching up
Ah,
how
it's
we
a
do
great
After
no,
Dark.
it's a great idea. I'm just dumb. I'm sorry. I'm a boomer. And to think I applied for
Are we
I
going to
applied
like
for
come to a
jobs.
consensus of how we answer?
I thought because we're all like from the same area. I thought we were
No,
all
we're
gonna-
not. The point of the quiz is for it to like figure out where you're from based on what you answer.
I'm gonna
None
do
of
it-
us are from the same place.
I'm gonna do it how my mom. I'm gonna like how my mom talks. Use
No, you can't adulterate
No,
your
come
answer
on
any.
now.
You can't.
okay.
You can't be like, this is how I talk when I'm trying to use an accent. No, you have to
This is
answer
how I talk.
honestly.
With my Irish accent.
I actually did find one that was like for the UK and Ireland, and that would have been funny, except we only have one British person that we know
Yeah.
collectively, and he never even shows up on this.
What hold on. Speaking of accents, y'all said my Mr. Krabs
was gonna mention that.
really good. What did I say? Oh,
I
yeah, the
didn't say
Italian
that it was
restaurant.
good. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It
I don't
was
even know what
the
he sounds
Italian
like.
crab that I saw at the museum.
Oh,
It was a fossil of a crab that they found in Italy, and it was just labeled crab. Remember?
That was the funniest part, was that it's just labeled crab. Like,
SpongeBob, me boy. I got me 23andMe back and it says I'm 5% Italian. We're gonna turn the Krusty Krab into fine Italian dining. Money, 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 money. Happy birthday,
you're
Mark.
welcome. You're welcome, listeners.
Hey, look, if it falls through, you can be a voice actor, Nelson. You'll be
I
alright.
know I can do Bill Clinton, Richard Nixon, and Mr. Krabs. Apparently, those are my three voices.
Hmm.
Everybody has
What's the
three
Venn
voices
diagram
in
of
them.
those three characters?
Toxic male characters. I'm just gonna record all three of them having a conversation.
You're just in the
He
shower
does it.
staring at the wall.
When I just completely lost it and realized nothing in my life is gonna go the way I want it to, and I'm just gonna stare at the wall and be like, "Oh, Richard Nixon, what do you think?" I don't know, Mr. Krabs. Those drugged up communists in Bikini
And-
Bottom.
A nice young MA is gonna wheel you back into your room at the retirement center.
You're right there. I'm gonna go back to Arkansas. Yeah, it's exactly what's gonna happen.
Please don't talk to a woman with your Bill Clinton accent.
To be fair, one time, so at Universal in Orlando, we used to have which one was it? Tornado. I think it was Tornado. The ride for that, it was like an experience, more like, and the first thing that you do is you walk into a soundstage and you have an employee who's like explaining things, and then there's like a video that you watch because it's basically telling you about like movie effects and all that. But the person who was working in there, my friend and I went in one time, and he was talking. And I'm like, why does he sound like Christopher Walken? And he does the entire like 15-minute demonstration. And then at the very end, he says, thanks for listening to my Christopher Walken impression.
Nice.
To this day, it lives rent-free in my head. That
Yes.
this guy just got bored one day and did a
Oh
full-on
my
15-minute
God,
presentation
yes.
as Christopher Walken.
There's a
Oh
guy
my
that works at our
God.
cookout and he does a Sonic impression. You made a face.
I don't even know
You
what
know-
Sonic, I don't even know what Sonic the Hedgehog sounds like.
You dressed up as Dr. Eggman and you don't know what Sonic sounds like?
No, I didn't even know
Big
who
fan.
I didn't even know who Dr. Eggman was until people started calling me that. I had to look it up.
Boo.
Then there was a debate if it's Eggman or Robotnik. I was just like, I just went with
Yeah,
what
same
Sam
guy,
had
it's
said.
alright.
I have an announcement to make.
If you're listening to this, everyone go message Nelson Boo when you hear me say this. No other words, just the word boo.
This is a public
please.
episode. I would get a lot of booze.
I'm telling you, if this turns out good, we should make this on a public one. We're talking about
Should.
something other than
You know,
the
we
news.
haven't made a Patreon one public in a while, so I might actually do that. But what are we doing? Oh yeah, this test.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. Okay. So question 1 of 25 again for anybody who's lost their mind since I started explaining
Money, money,
this,
money, money,
which
money, money,
includes
money.
the people in this call. We're doing a dialect quiz. We're doing the one that's through the New York Times, for reasons, by Josh Katz and Wilson Andrews. and you're supposed to answer these questions with how you would use these certain words that they bring up, and then it's supposed to guess where you're from at the end. So the first question is, how do you address a group of 2 or more people? All right, who's going first? Which one do you choose?
Okay, so wait, I want to read off these. You all, use, you lot, you guys, Yuns,
Yuns.
Ewans.
How do you pronounce this Appalachian one? The Yins,
Yins.
Yins, you, other, and y'all.
Okay, so first off, I'm from Central Florida, and I have almost no Southern in me whatsoever. I have to put on Southern because I was around a lot of Southern people, but I never like got it for myself. So for me, depending on who I'm speaking to, I would say you all or y'all, depending on who I'm speaking to.
So my mom, even though she's from New York, and half my dad's family's from Boston, I still mostly say y'all. But my mom never ever said use, for very classist reasons. She came from a very until her father passed away, very upper class Italian American society that didn't say use. So she always says you all, she says you
You're
guys.
not supposed to be answering for your mom. It's for
no, I'm
you.
just saying, like, I mean, for a long time when I was little, people thought I was from Brooklyn because I sounded like my mom. So I always say y'all, but sometimes because of my mom's influence, I do sometimes say you guys, but most of the time I say y'all.
I think I say you guys and y'all.
I say gabagool.
Right, I'm gonna choose you all because outside of like very select company, that's what I use. And there are still times where if I say something that is directly Southern, if I say y'all in mixed company, you still get those people that look at you like you've suddenly sprouted another head and lost 50 IQ points.
I wish you could choose more than one, because I would choose y'all and you guys, but most of the time, me as an individual, I say y'all.
Same.
So
it's actually pretty cool when you answer and you hit next, you get a little map showing you like what the distribution is of that.
So that's interesting that
so mine is like mostly blue except for the bottom of Indiana and Tennessee.
Which one did you pick, Kai?
You all.
Oh, okay.
Did you pick y'all?
I picked y'all. You see, for me, Florida is in 3 different colors. It's like orange, white, and blue. I think it's really funny.
Yeah, Florida has a lot of different dialects to it. Like North Florida is Southern, South Florida has a lot more like New York and Puerto Rican and Cuban influences, and Central Florida is like fucking everybody because everybody moves to Central Florida for work.
Okay, this one's interesting because I didn't actually know how Southerners said this until fairly recently.
Right. So the question is, what do you call the insect that flies around in the summer and glows in the dark? Right. Okay.
Oh, I have a different question.
Well, I have a different question. Oh shit.
Okay.
This
could be interesting.
I have what do you call the small freshwater lobster often found in lakes and streams?
Oh, mine's about what's the easy high score college class.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Oh no. We may have to go back and do my original idea.
Yeah, but we can't like agree on what we use though.
Yeah, true.
We're gonna end up with some kind of weird nebulous Southern.
Somehow we're all from Utah.
Right. So for me, what do you call the insect that flies around in the summer and glows in the dark? I have lightning bug, firefly, use lightning bug and firefly interchangeably. A peony wally. I have no word for this or other. I would use firefly because I didn't even see fireflies in Florida until I was in my 20s.
I interchangeably use firefly and lightning bug.
I do too.
I probably use Firefly more because Firefly is one of my favorite TV shows, but like growing up, I think I heard lightning bug more, but now I probably use lightning bug and Firefly interchangeably.
I did interchangeably, but maybe because of the Owl City song. That's where my generation learned.
Those damn Yankees are taking our dialect. I don't know what the southern one is, lightning bug or firefly.
I would think it's lightning bug.
I think it's lightning bug. Yeah, I think you're right.
But I'm not trying to be southern. I'm trying to be me. I want to see if they actually come up with where I'm
from. What do you call the small freshwater lobster often found in lakes and streams? Crawfish, crayfish, craw, crowfish, crawdad, mudbug. I have no word for this critter and other.
I feel like
Crawfish.
the word critter is like leading you in some direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But
crawfish.
yeah, I've always said crawfish.
Like I would know if you used pretty much any of the other ones, I would know what you mean.
Yeah, I've heard crawdad before and mudbug, but I never heard crayfish until recently. But I've always heard crawfish. I'm a crawfish. And yeah, okay. Apparently that's crawfish is very southern apparently. Okay, cool.
All right, this one is throwing me for a loop because I don't know. I've never heard any of these.
What's the question?
So, what do you call an easy high school or college class? Gut, crypt course, crip course, bird, blow off, meat, or other.
I have no
What?
fucking idea.
And maybe with the way that I talk, you can't distinguish the second and the third. Crypt, as in like graveyard, and crip, as in like the Bloods versus the Crips. Like, in case you can't distinguish.
This
the way I talk.
we don't go to school down here, so like we don't have a word for that.
I wouldn't have a word for it except like I'm in an easy class this year.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say other.
Other.
It
Just
made
like-
me miss Midwestern when I said that.
Ew.
Yeah, when I answered Firefly for mine, it's put me squarely from Wisconsin west.
Caught.
All right, what's y'all's
So-
next question?
My
Okay.
number 3 is what do you call the rubber-soled shoes worn in gym class or for athletic activities?
Mine's
Do
different.
anybody have the same one?
No, mine is it's a pronunciation, so I'm thankfully I'm actually good at this of pronouncing certain words. But yeah, what are your choices?
Right.
Kai?
So I have sneakers, shoes, gym shoes, sand shoes, jumpers, tennis shoes, running shoes, runners, trainers. I have no general word for this or other.
Is sneakers one?
Yes, the first one.
Yeah, I always said sneakers.
I feel like mine is like mispronouncing tennis shoes as tenny shoes.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I don't
So-
know if that's like just like my family's thing or
I had
if that's actually
I had a teacher like in 5th grade tell the entire class that I'm good at pronunciating words. I was like, okay,
You're good at pronouncing words.
pronounce
You're good at
exactly.
Pronounci-
See?
They said it verbatim.
Yeah. He done good at pronunciating them pronouncing them words and such.
So with mine, like I remember my grandma, who was from New York City and born in the 30s, would say tennis
Hey.
shoes. But I grew up saying sneakers, so that's what I'm gonna answer.
My dad says Keds.
like
That's
as a
like the people
catch-all
who say Coke or Kleenex.
or band-aids.
Mm.
That's weird, man. This is Yankee propaganda.
Yeah, New York Times, man.
No, weird,
I'll have you know
bro.
that I answered sneakers, and it has put me in New York State and North.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
That's
New
what I
York,
picked
New
up
York
from my
State.
mom.
It's New York State to Maine, and then the very southern tip of Florida. So like Miami, which is where a bunch of New
Hey.
Yorkers go to die, basically.
Hey, Boca.
All right,
Okay.
who's next?
Okay, so this is gonna need some explanations, right? Okay. Do you pronounce caught and caught the same? So caught, my bad. Do you pronounce caught and caught the same? So caught, C-O-T, and caught, C-A-U-G-H-T. A caught and a caught. So I pronounce them differently.
So I'm gonna sleep in a cot, or I caught the flu.
Yeah.
It's the same for me.
I probably say exactly the same. Like sleep on a cod or you caught a fish.
I caught a fish. I sleep on a cot. I say them different. And this is probably
I
gonna,
can hear a very slight difference at the end. Like one sounds more like a D instead of a T.
yeah. So caught. I mean I do, and apparently I said different, and so that gives me extremely high Michigan, New York, Wisconsin vibes, but also oddly enough, Mississippi Delta, southern Louisiana, and North Alabama, and the coastal Carolinas and Southern Virginia. So
Well-
I got Maryland, New Jersey, half of New York, Michigan, Wisconsin, down the Mississippi, all down the Mississippi River, especially the Mississippi Delta and New Orleans. And then it's yellow across the deep south, and then spots of yellow and orange, especially along the coast of Carolinas, or this would be similar. So that's weird. That's strange. That there's literally it's encircled Ohio. Ohio is blue. The Rust Belt is
Fuck
blue.
Ohio.
Fuck Ohio. The Rust Belt is blue with like a circle of orange, red, and yellow. It literally
Yeah.
circles it.
I think I use that long vowel sound most often.
Cot.
Yeah.
Cot. I'm gonna sleep on a cot.
All
Not a
right, Mark,
cot.
what's
Yeah.
what's
All
your
right.
third question?
What do you call the large wildcat native to the Americas? Mountain lion, cougar, puma, mountain cat, panther, catamount, mountain screamer, painter, or other?
You know, that's not really because that severely cuts like anybody who lives in the West from Florida, because they live in Florida and pretty much nowhere else in the East, and then like from the Rockies over.
It's a swamp.
like-
It's a swamp cat. It's a wampus cat.
For me, it's
What
a
do you-
panther, and like everywhere you go, it'd be a panther because it's literally not like it's the same kind of cat, but it's literally not the same cat as the one that's out west.
They got
Like
wampus
my high
cat.
school mascot was the panther. One of my softball teams was the Panthers. Like
Wampus cat. We say mountain lion,
Yeah, I say mountain lion too.
and you see
you know, like,
you'll see
thrown here.
you'll see signs around that says "Watch out for mountain lions." I was like, "Shit, they fucking here? What the fuck?"
Watch out for young gravy.
Then the wampus cat and the Alabama white thing just hang out together, scaring the shit out of people.
Yeah, it's saying that I'm like really similar to the Southwest.
Mountain lion?
Yeah.
Weird.
All right. For me, my question number 4 is: what do you call a drive-through liquor store? Brew-through, party barn, bootlegger, beer barn, beverage barn. We have these in my area, but we have no special term for them. I have never heard of such a thing or other. And I will say that I think when I took this quiz the first time in 2013 is the first time I heard of something like this.
Yeah, same.
Y'all got drive-through liquor stores? I'm in the Bible Belt. We do not.
We're in a
have-
dry county,
We're in a
sir.
dry county around here, boy. Ding, 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 ding.
So yeah, obviously my answer is I have never heard of such a thing, which puts me
In the
the
deep
northeast kind of around Wisconsin and Minnesota, and then the entire Pacific Northwest. That's what my answer got. Like it
Really?
hasn't pinged Central Florida for me once this entire time.
I wonder where the nearest one to me would be. I don't know how to like type
Are they
it into Google Maps.
Are they in Atlanta?
I don't.
Are there any in
Maybe I
Georgia?
wouldn't know. Let's
I know
see.
they're in Florida, like the Panhandle, because I saw them there. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, we don't
Let's-
associate with North Floridians. I'm sorry.
It pulled up Arby's when I typed in.
Oh, man.
No, it's just pulling up regular liquor stores for me. So I
All
guess I don't have one.
Y'all ready for a big one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What would you call a sale of unwanted items on your porch, comma, in your yard, comma, etc. Period question mark.
That's my question number 5, so I'll answer at the same time as you.
Would you call this a tag sale, a yard sale, a garage sale, rummage sale, thrift sale, stoop sale, carport sale, sidewalk sale, jumble sale, car boot sale, patio sale, or other?
Now, I can clearly pick out where they're having British pronunciation put in this. Like clearly, they have it in like every one of these so far.
A boot sale, yes.
So Nelson, this is your question. You answer first.
So
and you-
I interchange out yard sale and garage sale.
same.
We're having a
same.
yard
If I
sale,
if I
having a
were to
garage-
talk about it, like the first word that would come to mind is I'm going garage sailing tomorrow. But it would be equally as right to say I'm going yard sailing tomorrow. Like,
I'm gonna
either
go.
one.
I'm gonna go with yard sale because I think I've seen those on signs the most.
Yeah,
But
it'd be the-
I'll do garage
definitely-
sale and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I definitely interchange out yard and garage.
Yeah, and I use like the opposite of you, Ty.
Oh,
Like
this
I'll
is
say yard
interesting.
sale first, but also use garage sale.
All right, y'all. This is very interesting. Okay, so we are completely opposite of the Midwest. So all the Midwest, even down in the Texas and Louisiana, least similar. However, we are extremely similar to Appalachia, Maine, and Massachusetts. From all of Bernie Sanders' area is bright red. Appalachia is bright red. Coastal Carolinas are red and orange. Most of the most of the South, until you get about Biloxi, Mississippi area, says yard sale, and then it's completely different. I don't know what the hell they use, but like Alabama is mostly yard sale. It's funny because like Atlanta, like most of Georgia's red, but where Atlanta is yellow. Also, apparently, the West Coast, like inland California, Nevada, Idaho, inland Oregon, Washington State, and Arizona and Utah also say mostly yard sale.
Yeah, mine is the complete opposite of yours. Like where yours is blue, mine is red. So there's like a red hourglass in the middle of the country.
Wow, they say garage sale.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Interesting. All right. This one's a little weird. So, all right. What do you call the small road parallel to the highway? Frontage road, service road, access road, feeder road, gateway. We have them, but I have no word for them, or you've never heard of this concept, or other.
Service road, 100%.
Like I wasn't super familiar with them until I saw one on the road next to the highway going towards the airport in Orlando, and I think it's labeled as service road, so I just use that, but it's not something that I'm used to seeing that often. What about you, Mark?
I don't know if it's I think I say service road if I'm talking to someone else. But the only place that we really have them here is like going off to like businesses. So I would say like it's an access road. So I'm gonna click that one.
Yeah, I think I said service road because of just growing up and working with my dad at the family business with the truckers and everything, and we'd say service road. I think that's just like a thing. I don't know.
So when I clicked access road, everything turned blue except for southern Texas, and then what looks like it obscured the state lines, so I can't really tell how much into northern Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee it is. But the only red spots are in Texas and in that one little spot. Everything else is dark blue or light blue.
It's just you in the other area.
It's just my county.
Zoom in, it's just Mark.
You know, I will say, like, every one of these maps so far, anything that lights up New England also lights up the very southern tip of Florida, like every time. Like the southern tip of Florida is so full of New Englanders that go down there to retire that it's just completely changed the language down there. So I'm on question 6 because I had to skip one with Nelson. So my next one is, how do you pronounce the first syllable of Lawer? So first syllable rhymes with boy or rhymes with flaw. So it would be lawyer or lawyer.
Oh, so
We
lawyer.
talked about this before.
I'm definitely with the lawyer, so it rhymes with boy.
Yeah, I say lawyer.
Lawyer.
A lawyer. I do declare.
Right.
That's
so
that-
everything is red except for the deep south. Like literally
Yeah.
the deep south is bright blue.
That's that old southern dialect. That's like how my grandmother spoke. That's like that old southern dialect that's dying
that is
off.
iced tea
I
dialect.
do declare we own
It's
slaves
my
back
good
in the
lawyer
day.
coming in here.
That is someone said there was a comedian from Appalachia that's like, it's the wrong southern dialect. See, we didn't own slaves. If they talk like this, they own slaves. They talk like
You
this.
gotta have
they-
one that's a lot harder on the R's, basically.
It's like because my grandmother and the bourbon Democrats, they talk like this because they're lazy and they didn't do fucking work. They fucking enslave people to do it for them. So like, I do declare it's so hot outside with my mint julep. Here comes our lawyer. A lawyer. That dialect's dying, and the like a mixture of like the twang and the draw is coming, but that pure Southern planter class deep South drawl.
The only
You get
time I ever
unhinge
heard
your
somebody-
jaw.
The only time I ever heard somebody like talk like that without putting it on, like naturally talk like that, is when I was in Savannah, Georgia. That's the only time.
Savannah, oh Lord. Sherman's Yankee Devils are coming to burn the city. Oh,
It's the live oaks that do it to you.
it's the heat here, young Mark. It is so hot.
All right, who's
Midnight
next?
in the Garden of Good and Evil. Oh, my name is Kevin Spacey.
Oh, geez, I hope not.
literally, I think he's like the only one that keeps that stupid dialect around. And I'm glad he's gone. The death of dialect.
Like to remind him he's not dead. He's just canceled
He should be.
for a good fucking
For
reason.
good reason. He took those creepy roles a little bit too seriously.
Okay, just like as an aside, the last movie that I remember hearing about him being in before it really broke was this movie where he died and was reincarnated as a cat.
Oh Lord.
Interesting.
All right, who's next?
It's me. Oh, this is great. Oh my God, yes. Yes, the New York Times would like to know, what do you call the long sandwich that contains cold cuts, comma, lettuce, comma, and so on? Question mark. Do you call it a sub, a grinder, a hoagie, a hero, a poor boy, a bomber, an Italian sandwich, a baguette, a sarnie, or I have no word for this, or other?
Sarnie.
What the fuck is a sarnie?
I don't know. I just know that's the word that's there.
And
but-
call it an Italian sandwich.
Give me a pub
Go.
sub.
Yeah, come on.
I
Like
call
I'm from Florida. It can
Yeah.
only be a sub.
So like, okay, so real quick, so that Lunch Lady song by Adam Sandler, as you hear hoagies and grinders, hoagies and grinders. So hoagies is like a Midwest thing, like, oh yeah, get a hoagie. But like, who the fuck calls it grinders?
Gay people.
like part of me wants to like retake this at some point and pick all of the weirdest ones just to see where they actually are.
That's the intro of the episode, is Mark going, gay people.
It's gonna be the kazoo Jurassic Park theme, and then Mark is gonna be going gay people.
It's gonna be gay people. Wah,
Yeah,
wah, wah, wah.
instead of me, put a picture of Jeff Goldblum as the icon.
Oh no, Mark, you're gonna be the icon.
All right.
It's fucking great. So okay, so in all honesty, I only call it a sub, or just a sandwich. I have heard and maybe have used hero once or twice. A po' boy, to me,
Yeah,
has-
okay. With that, did they have it down POOR or is it PO comma?
No, it's po a poor boy.
Not a
No,
po'
that
boy.
is completely fucking wrong. What the fuck is wrong with these Yankees?
It's a po' boy. And
Yeah.
however, I've always thought, correct me if I'm wrong, a po' boy has to be like fish based, right? It doesn't have to be like
Yeah.
shrimp or catfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm buying a fried shrimp sandwich, that's a po' boy.
That's a po'
But
boy.
if I'm somewhere and I want like a sandwich that has salami or ham or turkey on it, that's
That's
a
an
sub.
Italian sandwich.
No, that's a baguette. Actually, I live in England now, so we
Whoa!
call it a baguette.
Oh, gabagool. No, you get the buffalo with the down, you get the gabagool, and you get the salami.
You
the
Italians got to
pepperoni.
stop milking buffaloes. I swear to God.
Oh, and milk of the buffalo. But yeah, a po' boy is something unique to, I guess, the like Southern Gulf, like New Orleans, Biloxi, Mobile, around there. And
It's a
it-
whole other sandwich.
yeah, and it has like a distinct history. Like they call it a po' boy because
That's
like
what
only
you get your
poor
remoulade on. It's what you got, like it's cabbage instead of lettuce. It's like
yeah. And wasn't it made for like working class, like poor people? Like they could only afford that. It was kind of like
that's what it's called
a
that.
po' boy. So yeah, I'm gonna say a sub, even though in my heart I would call it an Italian sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
So a sub. Okay, basically literally everyone calls it a sub except for New Orleans, West Virginia, obviously like the Manhattan area and New Jersey. I wonder what they call it. And parts of Maine call it something different, but literally 97% of America call it a sub. I wonder what New Jersey calls it.
All right.
Here's what you call that easy. My next question is, what do you call that easy high school college class?
Okay. Well,
All right.
okay. Once we start overlapping each other, just answer it so we can move on to the next.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay. How do you pronounce BEEN with the same vowel as in sit, see, or set, or other?
Wait, time out. You said
BEEN. Like, how have you blank?
oh, Ben. How have you
Ben.
been? How have you
How have you been?
How you
Yeah.
been? How you doing? How you's doing?
So,
Gabba-boo.
sit, see, or set.
How you
So-
been?
Bin,
How
Yeah,
you
Ben.
Ben, or
It's been a while, you know.
It's been a while since
Jesus.
I said I'm sorry.
As soon as I started to say it, I realized it was going to trigger that, but I couldn't just like stop.
Wait, I gotta think about it real quick. How you been? How you been? Ben. It's like a mixture of the IN and the EN. How you been? How have you been? How you been? Ben. I'm gonna say
I
Ben.
don't think any of us really say it like the long E version. How you been?
I definitely. I guess I'm BIN.
Mark, how about you?
My brain's kind of like buffering, trying to like use the examples they've given me to match it up to Ben. Like Ben, as in like the name Ben, is similar.
How you been?
Hey,
like,
Uncle
fuck,
Ben
Uncle
from
Ben.
from Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
So you
Hey,
say
Ben.
Spider-Man's uncle,
How you
or
been?
you say like bin, like the thing that you
Bin.
put
I-
trash in.
Yeah.
I use it interchangeably between Ben and Ben, depending on how hot it is outside. It's like, oh fuck, it's hot. How you been, man?
The
gets
hotter it
slower.
is, the more lazy your vowels
That's
get.
probably how the southern accent is. Like, how you been, man?
So I guess it'd be set, right? If it's like, I don't know. They should use
Goddamn New
different
York
words.
Times. This is Yankee propaganda.
It's because it's eh, and then with C, I don't understand. I guess like C, would that just be bean? I don't know.
Is it the things you eat? Is it the guy from Spider-Man?
Or the trash can? I guess would it be set? I don't think that's right either.
Wait, so how do they
They
even
gave
frame it?
me sit, see, and set. So sit down, see, and the sunset
For Ben?
for
For
Ben.
How you been?
BEEN.
Ben. That's so fucking weird. That doesn't
Yeah,
make any
that's
sense.
like. So I guess would it be other?
I guess so.
Okay, I'm gonna click other and see what it gives me. If my results are skewed, we'll see. The entire country's blue. There's no.
You don't
there's no
say it like
white. there's
anybody
no
else.
red. I think I made a mistake.
That's so weird.
I don't even fucking know the word bin.
Oh my god.
It's just a collective hallucination
go
that that word
back?
ever existed.
It won't let me go back. So I guess
Just
we'll
let it
reset
ride.
that
Let it
one.
ride and see what happens.
Let it ride,
Yeah.
Mark.
Right.
All right.
So my question 7 is what do you call the area of grass in the middle of some streets? Boulevard, midway, traffic island, neutral ground. I have no word for this. median, or other. I would say median.
I'd say
first off.
median. Yeah.
Demilitarized zone.
That's
Neutral ground is so
DMZ.
fucking funny.
Neutral ground. I bet neutral ground is like some really racist thing where they were like, "This
Like,
is the
neutral
white
ground
side of
sounds
town.
like-
This is the black side of town. This is neutral ground."
I was thinking of like Hatfields and McCoys that live on either side of the street, and there's just this one skinny little strip of grass where nobody gets shot at.
One little line in sand.
All right, so I'm answering median.
I use
and,
median too.
I say median.
Median really only like it's mostly blue, and there's yellow dots on the east side of Texas, a little bit in North Alabama, a little bit in southern Georgia, most of Florida. The panhandle of Florida is like a little bit darker. And then what is that? Maryland. Maryland is like white, but everything else is blue.
I bet the South is neutral ground. But I've never heard anyone say neutral. I've always heard it's a median or island. I have heard island before.
Neutral what?
But to me, like if you said if it's an island or like a traffic island, that would bring to mind a different thing than like a little strip of grass that goes between the roads.
Yeah.
Like an island would be like have you ever seen like those roads that have like the road going straight and then there's a road that curves off and then there's another road that comes in that intersection, so there's like a triangle of like unused area. Sometimes they make those like grass, and I would call that an island because it's its own little thing,
Like
and
in the
not,
middle
like,
of a
the strip.
roundabout?
Yeah,
maybe?
that would be an
Yeah.
island as well.
And an island in the sun.
It's a very musical episode.
It's because Nelson's bored. All he can do is sing.
No, it's, I don't know. I have some chicken nuggets and some McDonald's fries I want to heat up and eat on air, but I don't want to. I don't want to
ew.
get up and.
You let
Heat
them
up
go cold?
fries?
Yeah, I'll heat them up sometime. They're not as good second go around for
No,
sure.
they're inedible second time around. What do you
I
mean?
listen. I don't know. Inedible. That's a strong word.
We'll
Oh,
let
okay,
the
now,
public
Nelson,
decide.
hit us with
when
our
they
next
listen to
question.
this.
Oh man. So apparently one of these headlines at the very top, I just read it. A clunky reusable mask may be the answer to N95 waste. Bum, bum, bum. All right. So this is pretty funny. Because I've heard these other terms, but no one down here uses them. So it's, what do you call the thing from which you might drink water in a school? Question mark. A bubbler, a water bubbler, a drinking fountain, a water fountain, or other. I've always had water fountain.
Yeah.
Water fountain. A bubbler?
A
Is it like
bubbler.
they call it in the private schools?
No, I
The
think
thing-
that's like a
bubbler
Midwest
like
thing.
makes sense when you think of it because of the way that it actually makes the water come out. Like I would understand what somebody was saying if they said that word to me in the context, but it is weird. Like
So the South is solid red. It's like an election map. It is literally from Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, at Florida, all of it is just solid red, all the way up into Pennsylvania and Maryland and Delaware. Even Southern New York is all water fountain. I'm thinking the Midwest calls it bubbler. Also, Maine.
yeah, that
says
sounds like a
water fountain.
Midwest thing.
Yeah, they're weird, so it'd be like that. Hey, the bubbler. Hey, blah, 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 blah. It's
Yeah,
like,
a
all
little
right.
bit like Swedish and Norwegian influence.
Oh
and
yeah,
we all know that Swedish and Norwegian aren't real languages.
it's a bubbler. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, the
Oh,
next one's gonna
gosh.
be cute. I can't wait.
All right, y'all ready for mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call something that is across both streets from you at an intersection? Or diagonally across from you in
Oh, yeah.
general?
I know
Is that the one that you got?
I know. I know. No, I know. I've heard this question before.
Okay. The one that I use is not on here. Just spoiler alert. Well, the one that I've heard. I don't really use it because that'd be weird. Because I'm not 85. Kitty corner,
Mm-mm,
kidda corner,
mm-mm.
cater corner, catty corner,
Yep.
kitty cross, kitty wampus. I would only use diagonal for this. I have no term for this or other. So I've heard people say catty wampus,
I always say
but not
catty
kitty
corner.
wampus.
I always say catty corner.
Cattywampus is like if you hit something and it goes all
yeah, it
weird.
goes
and you
it goes
Yeah.
sideways.
I always
So I guess,
say
you know.
catty corner. I always say, because kitty corner is a northern thing, catty corner is a southern thing.
I don't think I use any kind of feline related term for this. I would just say diagonal.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
I mean,
sorry if that makes me
you
a
don't say
Yankee.
you don't say catty corner like if something's that like
No.
the fridge right now is catty corner to me.
No.
Or if something's like tea, like kind of like this,
I
be
would
like
not
a catty
natural. I
corner.
know what that means, but I would not naturally say that.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
same. I'm with Mark.
I would say catty corner.
And if someone said kitty wampus, it would kind of raise like a little flag for me. 'Cause I've
I
only
would be
heard
like, do you
Wampus
mean
catty.
cattywampus?
Yeah. And I've heard catty corner from people before, but I would only say like across or diagonal.
Yeah.
I don't know if that comes from the days where I was shamed out of my accent. But
But like, if I was standing on one corner and talking about something that was diagonally across an intersection from me, I would probably say across the street.
It's damn
'Cause
catty
it is
corner
across
from
the
the
street.
Woo!
It doesn't matter that it's diagonal from me. It is still across the street
You
that
can-
takes precedence.
You get down there, damn service station, them catty corner trailer park, roll damn tide. Woo!
my map has turned from strictly dark blue to regions in the southwest and the southern east coast are now lighter blue than the rest. So I'm getting somewhere. Not
Nobody talks like you, Mark. Absolutely
no,
not.
I'm just
So this one for mine, my next question. This feels really like so pinpoint, but it's what do you call the area of grass between the sidewalk and the road?
Let's just call this area of grass.
it's just
Bird-
I
grass.
call it the grassy
It's-
knoll where they shot Kennedy.
It's berm, parking, tree lawn, terrace, curb strip, beltway, verge. I have no word for this or other.
Okay, so time out.
For-
It's this. So the space. If there's grass between the sidewalk and the curb,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's like
It's
if
got
somebody
grass
walked
there,
up to you
man.
and said, what do you call this bit? And for anybody who's listening, I'm pointing to the bit between your nose and your top lip. It's like, what's this? Like, nobody actually has to know the word for philtrum except people that actually like me and the people that actually work on them. Like, what? Like,
It's like,
nobody
what's the
actually
end of a
has to know.
shoelace called? And if you've seen that one episode of Phineas and Ferb, you know it's an aglet, and no one else knows.
So for me, like a berm is like a slope. It's not just a piece of grass.
Yeah.
Parking is not right. Tree lawn is fucking hilarious. Curb strip doesn't sound right. Terrace is a house or
Yeah.
like a garden or something like that. Beltway does not make sense. Like verge kind of makes sense, but all the same, I still would not be referring to this piece of grass.
Beltway sounds very Pacific Northwest, and anything that's weird, I just go ahead and say it's like the Midwest, like Michigan, Minnesota,
Fucking
Wisconsin.
weird.
The fucking
Right, so-
weirdos.
So I'm answering, I have no word for this, and my entire map is red except for North Dakota and Minnesota
I
and a
knew
little
it.
bit of South Dakota. They're the only ones who have a word for this thing.
Okay, for some reason this question just screams Mark. Okay, so y'all ready?
Mhm.
What do you call the small gray bug that curls up into a ball when you touch it? A pill bug, a doodle bug, a potato bug, a roly poly, a sow sow bug, a basketball bug, a twiddle bug, roll up bug, woodlouse, millipede, centipede. I know what this creature is, but don't have a word for it. I have no idea what this creature is, and other. We call it roly poly. I've always called it
Roly-poly.
roly poly.
An isopod is not the same as a millipede
right?
or a
Exactly.
centipede, for the record.
Exactly.
That's why I said this is a Mark question.
Roly polies, man. That's what
It's
isopod
a
is.
roly poly. It's roly poly oly. I've heard people be called doodle bugs, but I've never it's solid south. Solid south.
As it
It's
should
roly-
be.
Roll,
That's the only
except
way to
for,
say it.
except for South Florida and New Orleans area and Southwest Mississippi. I don't know what the fuck they call it, but solidly throughout the South until you get about Virginia up kind of into Chicago calls it roly poly, oddly enough. And then it kind of jets over and a little bit into what is that? That's Colorado. That's Wyoming. So into Wyoming and then straight down to Arizona and then over Texas, Oklahoma. All that's red. So yeah, we're basically how we should.
The word louse seems derogatory, and I would like to get my degree in bug law and defend these poor bugs from being called a louse.
Mark, bug lawyer. And it's not lawyer, all right? Bug lawyer.
Bug lawyer.
Lawyer. Exactly.
Oh my god.
All right, mine is also very topical to me, I guess. What do you call the night before Halloween? So we have Gate Night, Trick Night, Mischief Night, Cabbage Night, Goosey Night, Devil's Night, Devil's Eve. I have no word for this or other.
It's the devil's night. I have
Literally no
The
word for this. What
Baptist
the fuck?
will crawl through my
No
window and
idea.
slap me, or call it Devil's Night or
I
Devil's
have-
Eve.
I've never heard a day, but like it's All Saints Day, so
All
Halloween's
Saints
All
Day's the day
Saints.
after Halloween.
Is it? Oh, I'm a bad Catholic.
You're a terrible Catholic.
Oh, that's the thing. We always had to go to fucking vigil masses because we never wanted to wake up early. So I remember I had to miss some trick or treating sometimes because
Oh no!
we'd have to go to because my dad's Mel Gibson Catholic.
That should
But,
be enough to have turned you into an atheist.
Oh yeah, definitely 100%. But no, I've never heard it called anything except I don't know. We've never called anything the day before Halloween anything. It's always just been Halloween is Halloween.
Well, like in movies, it's like All Hallows Eve.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I don't think that's a real thing. I think Hollywood just made that up. I bet like some hardcore
no,
Southern
okay, look,
Baptists call it
so-
Devil's Night.
All Hallows Eve makes sense when you know that the next day is All Saints Day, because it would be hallowed, like hallowed,
Yeah.
as in holy.
This is
would
why
be
I'm
the
giving you
next day.
my.
So it's
This
the
is why
day
I'm giving you my
before.
degrees.
It's my 3 years of high school Latin that are pulling me through this.
The
No, All
ultimate,
Hallows Eve
the
makes
ultimate
sense, and-
colonizer language.
And Hallows Eve does make sense to shorten it up and turn it to Halloween. So yeah, that all makes sense, but I still don't have a word for the day before it.
Yeah. I think Mischief Night is cool. I wish I said that. Maybe I'll start using that. But every night is
That's
Mischief
every night.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark is mischief night. Mark is like
Exactly.
I
It's
said
a little
Mark.
silly little goofy guy.
No,
we all were
no,
like,
okay,
what
look.
Oliver Twist characters would we be? Marcus
It's-
has the gang of like kids going around pickpocketing people.
The
It's
urchins.
Mischief Night. That's the name. Mischief Night. Bug lawyer.
Bug lawyer. Sorry, I'm
This
late,
is
Your
your-
Honor. It was
This
Mischief
is your
Night.
this is your Marvel story right now. It's Mischief Night.
Ooh,
It's the
instead of
Bug
Moon
Lawyer.
Night, I'll be Mischief Night.
Yes. Oh my god.
But yeah, I don't really, I wouldn't use any of these. Cabbage Night seems like it's directed towards one type of person.
That's fucking hilarious. And I
Um,
want to know what happens on Cabbage Night.
That has
So,
got to be a
yeah.
Midwest thing. That is definitely Midwest. Oh
So
yeah,
I'm
we have
gonna say
cabbage.
I don't have a word for this. Everything's red except for New England and the Great Lakes area.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Okay, so my next question is, what do you call a traffic situation in which several roads meet in a circle? Rotary, roundabout, circle, traffic circus. I have no word for this or other.
It's a roundabout.
Now, to be fair,
Yeah,
I
I
never
didn't mean to
really had
spoil it.
I
but,
didn't
you
have
know.
to deal with this traffic situation until I moved to the UK, and the word that you use in the UK is roundabout. I think I heard of traffic circles before I moved over here. So this is gonna skew my results, but for me, like, the first word that would come to mind is roundabout, even if that is
No,
kind of a
I've
British
always
thing
heard-
for me.
No, it's always been roundabout to me. And even when I was in Minnesota, it was still roundabout. It's like it's
All right, so my map is red pretty much everywhere except for New England. Like, it's only New England. that
yeah,
is
fuck
blue.
them. Yeah, we
Oh, and
call it.
I don't know
Boston has a
if we
racist term.
explained
for it.
that, like on the maps, red means you're more similar and blue means you're
Oh
less
yeah.
similar. I am so sorry, everybody. You're halfway to
Oopsie-daisy.
this quiz.
Boston just has some racist term for it.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this one is another pronunciation. So I'm gonna try and do it without having to spell them out. How do you pronounce the words Mary, Mary, and Mary?
Cool.
So,
Thank you, Nelson.
How do you pronounce Mary like someone's name is Mary, Mary? Mary like Merry Christmas, Merry, or Mary Marry? Is that like to get married? Yeah. So Mary the name, Mary like Merry Christmas, and Mary like we're gonna get married.
Probably the same as you.
All three are pronounced the same. That to me, all three are pronounced the same. Mary. Mary is
Mary had a
very
little
merry.
lamb.
She's getting married.
Mary had a little lamb. Merry Christmas, and I'm getting married. So yeah, it's all the same for me.
Yeah, about the same.
I bet it's different, in like really weird fucking places. Okay, all three are pronounced the same. Yes. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, so basically everywhere is orange and yellow, except for New Orleans, New England area, Massachusetts mostly, and then southern Vermont and New Hampshire, and then New Jersey for some reason is New Jersey's blue, Massachusetts, southern Vermont, and New Hampshire blue, and New Orleans is blue. Everywhere else is orange.
So are we just going to concede that New England is it's a country? Like
Oh,
New England is a country. They have weird words.
Pack
They
the
got
cat, have
weird
it,
traffic
yeah.
shit. All right, Mark. How
All
about
right,
you?
ready? How do you pronounce the second syllable of blank? With the vowel in jam or the vowel in palm? And this would be what you would wear to go to sleep. Oh, well, I think it's leading. I think it's leading to kind of pronounce it in my own.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I would say pajamas.
Yeah.
Aw.
Pajamas.
I think I
Not
say pajamas.
Pajamas.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I hear the jam in you. You got the
Yeah.
jam.
Yeah, you say that.
Like I think if I said
Mac.
pajamas, that would be pajamas.
You say you look like a pajamas.
What are the things that are walking down the stairs? Are they bananas and
Bananas and pajamas. or
Bananas and pears.
Bananas and pajamas.
I think you're
I think
in.
it's-
I
I
think
think
you're
I
a
say
jam.
jam.
I totally think you're a jam.
You're a jam.
I think I'm or other.
It's like which
How do
section
you-
of the
how
city?
other-
What section of the city
No,
character? are
Mark, you have to
I'm
actually
such a
answer. You can't
Samantha.
just.
Yeah, no, it's jam. If I saw them like on the rack at Walmart, and it's like that'd be like those are pajamas
Yeah, this just sounds natural to you.
or other. I wonder who.
That's such a
How do
Carrie
you
thing
say
to
it?
say.
How do you say it in a other way?
Pajamas.
Oh yeah, pajamas, don't you know?
That's still within the.
That's the jam one.
answers. Yeah.
Pajamas.
So is it? Are you eating jam or are you listening to Ja Rule? That's the difference here.
What'd
What'd
you
you
pick,
get?
Mark?
I picked jam, and it said that is not how people in the South say it. So I should be ashamed of myself.
No, that like jam sounds like Appalachia for me.
I mean, that's like
It's a misnomer.
I'm in the foothills of Appalachia.
So
So I don't know why. Like even on here, it's completely blue for the entire mountain range.
because our minds are so it's because media has warped it. Because okay, for example, perfect example, people up north think that people in the south say pecan pie, but no one here says pecan pie. It's pecan pie
Right.
because I think it's no, I know it's an indigenous word, but I don't know what. I found it on TikTok one time, but yeah, it's pecan. People in the south say pecan pie, and then people up north are like, "Oh yeah, y'all like pecan pie." Like no one fucking. I'm a pecan farmer. That's what my family did.
I
But
thought that was a Midwestern say. Mr. What? Wow. Excuse me. I've been reading too much. My brain's like run out my ears. I thought it was like a Midwestern thing to say pecan.
I think so, but I remember there was a commercial for some language app, and the guy is from the north, and he goes all around and he's saying like how to say hello in different languages or whatever. Then he gets to the south, and he's like, let me get a slice of pecan pie, and the waitress is like, pecan pie. you fucking Yankee. Then
Spits
shoots
in
him
it.
because that's freedom. Woo! I was standing my ground.
She was defending herself.
Exactly. Against some
That is
Yankee.
clearly an act of aggression.
Yankees calling it pecan pie. It's pecan. So yeah, I think that we think Southerners would say pajamas, but it's pajamas because we have the elongated A and pajamas.
Remember, the hotter it gets, the lazier your vowels are.
How would you, Mark? How would you say it if
Slow
you were
motion.
drunk? That's the real thing. How would you say it if you were drunk? Pajamas.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been put in a like situation where I've said that when I was drunk. Let me think about it.
Next time you're slamming back a 6-pack with your uncle, just think, how do I say pajamas?
Maybe it is. Maybe I would say it with the longer. Maybe the map is right. Maybe I would say it with the longer vowel sound.
Mark, don't give the map credit. Don't give
Mark,
Don't give New
Yankees,
York any credit.
Yankees made this map. Mark, Yankees done did it. Yankee liberals up in New York City that say things like "use" in Italian sandwiches. They done made this dang on thing on this interwebs here. Okay, we all know good kinfolk. We get pecan pie and it's dang on roly poly and pajamas.
And come back now, y'all. You hear?
Woo! And we don't take too kindly the folks who don't pronounce it right around here.
Do you want to read yours?
That needs to be the intro.
My like terrible Foley work.
It goes along with your air horns. Ba, 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 ba.
It's like the saddest air.
I'll open up a cameo and then y'all can get me to say whatever you want me to.
Actually, I found this dude on TikTok that does impressions, and he's like, buy an impression. I'll say whatever you want. He does like Patrick Bateman, the Joker, and Alfred, and people literally pay him to say whatever they want him to say in like Patrick Bateman's voice or the Joker. So we should set that up for you and be like, Mark will make either air horn noises, shotgun racking, or we'll just stick to some
Send me a clip, any clip, and I will put in random sound effects with my own voice. I won't even like if something I'll try to simulate something falling down or like, I'll try to practice like the little like classic scream.
the Mark soundboard.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It'll be cheap though, don't worry.
Oh my god. All right, y'all. No, wait, Kai, you're up. My bad.
My next question is the bin question. So I'm going to answer sit because it's more of an I than an E as far as I'm concerned. So if I answer with sit, I am orange everywhere except for New England and the North Midwest. So yeah.
I think that's what I needed to pick. It's kind of like the pen and the like writing pen and
The thing
push
that you
pen.
stick in
Yeah,
your
that
shirt.
question is definitely going to come up.
Like I think they misled me with my
You was fooled by Yankees, Mark. It's okay. That's how we all lost our land after the war
Mm-mm-mm.
on aggression.
When Kai said aggression earlier, when we were talking about that, I was like waiting for you to like say it,
Yes.
but it just took you a second.
All right, y'all. Here we go. What do you call a big road on which you drive relatively fast? Do you call it highway, freeway, parkway, turnpike, expressway, thoroughway, throughway? A freeway is bigger than a highway. A freeway is free, i.e., doesn't charge tolls. A highway isn't. A freeway has limited access, no stoplights or intersections, whereas a highway can have stoplights and intersections or other. I always call it interstate.
We're in America. These roads are all free. It's the 4th of July when we're recording this.
I beg to differ. I'm from Florida, and there are so many fucking cool roads.
I know Turnpike is definitely like New Jersey, like New York turn. Like that's a huge
So
like New
for
Jersey,
me,
New
the
York, New England.
turnpike in some, and
Mm.
if you say that, you are only meaning this one major toll road that goes north and south. So I would not say that. If I was going to get on, for example, Interstate 4, I would say I'm going on the highway.
Life is a highway.
Highway to hell.
I'm torn between highway and freeway.
Well, like I
Yeah.
would say highway, but if someone was like, "Have you gotten on the freeway yet?" I would know that they meant like the 4 or 5 lane road closer to Atlanta. So I've like used that term before, but if I was just talking about any kind of road that isn't like a residential area or like inner city road, I would say highway.
So the thing is like we have the national highway system, but we also have the interstate system. And like, so my dad's side of the family, the more southern side, knows like all the back road ways to get certain ways. He'd be like, you take highway 14, you get off on 21, and then take 59 to 72 highway, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So I've probably heard highway more, but a highway is different than the interstate, but they don't have interstate on here. So I've never called it a freeway. I think I've always called it, I'm going to go highway. And yes.
Yeah, I'll probably pick highway when I
fuck
get
yeah.
there.
Okay.
But also interstate is like, because where I live, I think the main highway is an interstate. Because I don't think every single
yeah.
like interstate is like, you know what I mean?
All right.
I don't think every highway is an interstate.
No, I feel you. And it's not like we
But-
have a specific highway system and then we have the interstate system. So I always go get on the interstate and you head this way. When I say highway, I've never said freeway. I've always said interstate, or if there is a specific highway like Highway 231 or Highway 331, or in Florida, what was it? Highway 90 in the Panhandle, that is a highway, whereas the blue markers are the interstate, and that's like I-65, I-85, I-20, I-459.
Yeah, like in Orlando, if you say I-4, everybody knows what that road is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just use the
Interstate.
numbers.
Then there's
So, but what do you guys call, like, you're outside of a major city, but it's a long straight road, but there's still like there's towns clustered around those roads, but it's usually like a two lane road, like very, very small.
If it's a 2-lane, I always call it a highway. Like, okay, so there's the 4 lanes of death, that's Highway 280 in Birmingham. But then there's highway, what's that one, the Tuscaloosa, that's dangerous as shit, everyone dies on it. Oh my god, I'm blanking. I used to know it and tell people, do not take that road at night.
Now, see, I would call them, those are county roads usually, like, because if you know the number, it's CR whatever, at least
Highway
in
82.
Florida. So it'd be like County Road 10 or something like that. Or I would call that, like, if I don't know the number, I would say it's a country highway. Would be those like little straight roads, but like it's little straight roads that go between cities, but you're not on the big like 4 lane.
Oh, okay. So that's hot. If it says like HWY in the black and white sign, it's a highway. I think, but I know, like, I'll say county road, because like we would say like go to County Road 100, and that's also something road. I'm not gonna give out family information, so like go that way.
You've already doxed the
Dox
guy
your
that
family.
works at Sweetwater.
I mean,
but...
it depends, people. I'm gonna either give everyone a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and either you destroy his life or you buy stuff from him from
Fair
Sweetwater.
enough.
So like Highway 82 or Highway 80 or Highway 280, like those are highway system that was built under Roosevelt. And then you have the interstate system, which was built under Eisenhower. But yeah, the guy's face is of pure disgust right now.
Anyway, I call it a highway too, probably.
I call it highway because life is a highway, and I'm gonna ride it all night long.
Yeah, and I
Mark,
like
could
the
you
Cars
please
movie.
hit us with your question, please.
All right, this one's a little funny, and we'll see our discourse on these words. What do you call a traffic jam that is caused by drivers slowing down to look at an accident or another diversion on the side of the road. So we have rubberneck, rubbernecking. Rubbernecking is the activity that causes the traffic jam, but I have no word for the traffic jam itself. Gapper's block, Gapper's delay, looky-loo, curiosity delay, gawk block. I have no word for
Oh,
this.
what?
I was reading over these while you were talking, and I was trying very hard
I just
not
had
to
to.
laugh.
I just had to answer 2 on my own because we repeated. We've already
Yeah.
said them. Yeah.
So, I feel like
But it's a what mark? I'm sorry. What's the question?
okay. So there's been an accident on the highway since we established we all say highway.
Mhm.
And there's people stopping and looking at the damage. What would you call that? Would it be rubbernecking?
Oh,
Rubbernecking is what they're doing, but the actual traffic slowing down doesn't have a name.
That one.
I assume it says Gaper's block. Maybe it says Gappers, but they didn't give me like any kind of phonics here. So Gaper's block, Gaper's delay, looky-loo with a capital L on both of those words, curiosity delay, gawk block. You have no word for this.
that Glock
Or
Block
other.
3000. Glock Block
That's the
sounds like
way-
another thing for like a dental
No,
dam.
gawk,
It's a
not
Glock.
Glock.
It's a
Gawk.
gawk. A gawk block sounds like another term for a dental dam.
Hey girl, you got that.
Yo, since
So
they
automatically,
overturn Roe, you're gonna have to use that gawk block.
man, she was so cool, but then she gawk blocked me.
She's a 10, but she uses a gawk block.
But on our first date, she got blocked. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely not curiosity delay.
The
Like
act
that sounds.
of looking is rubbernecking. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
it's the action. The action is rubbernecking, but the actual delay does not have a word.
the traffic jam.
Yeah. So I have called. You're gonna laugh. Both of you are gonna laugh at me. I have
You've
like
used gawk blocker.
no. I practice safe gawk blocking. No, like I think I've called someone like just to be funny. Like I'm like, oh, look at all these looky-loos around here.
Yeah, I know what the word is. I
Yeah.
just have never used it.
But rubbernecking is what it's called when you're like, because like you're bending your neck to look at the like at whatever's going on.
Yeah.
But like I've used looky-loo and that, but the other one, especially not curiosity delay. Who says that? Someone out in like
That's so
Seattle
fucking
probably.
wordy.
No,
Like-
curiosity delay is gonna be fucking the Midwest. It's gonna
like a
be-
steampunk guy's like adjusting his goggles. Like, oh, there's a curiosity delay on the way to the convention. I'm sorry I'm
Oh,
late.
No, yeah, you're
Like-
right. That's good because a looky loo is definitely like Minnesota, Wisconsin. Oh, look,
You
a
think
looky
so?
loo, yeah.
Oh no, maybe I am secretly from the Midwest. Well, I don't
Or
know
it
if
could be
I've-
New England. They got some weird things up there too. So it could be like Maine, like that area. Oh, it's a
Again,
looky-loo.
like the people who are doing it is a looky-loo, not the
Yeah.
actual thing.
yeah. So I would say
So the
rubbernecking is a term,
Yeah.
the action, but there's no. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna click that one since I can't choose both. All right, everything is like a pale yellow color except for man. Don't call me like I don't even know what state this is. It probably doesn't matter. If you live in this state, I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna try
Fuck
to.
the state.
Yeah, it's in the Great Lakes area. I can't even tell which one it's supposed to be in.
Well, Michigan's
like
a
kind of-
Michigan's a mitt.
It's not Michigan.
Nelson, it's
it's
fucking
like
tiny.
it's like kind of like at the very bottom of the Great Lakes. Like it's not really in one state. So maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, fuck
We
it.
don't care about that anyway.
Who cares?
Fine.
All right. So
Boo.
my next one is gonna cause a lot of strife. Like, okay, so
Ooh.
how do you pronounce?
This is gonna bring down the podcast.
How do you pronounce AUNT? The wife of your uncle.
Oh,
Okay.
With the vowel in ah, with the sound like ant, with the vowel in caught. I have the same vowel in caught, and aunt. To sound like ain't, use when referring to the general concept of an aunt, but I use aunt when I refer to a specific person by name. I use aunt when referring to the general concept, and when referring to a specific person or other.
What do you call
So
your
if
mom's sister?
I don't have one.
What do you call your brother's sister?
So
I mean, what do you what do you call
that's
your
my mom.
Yeah, what do you
This is
call
where
your
we bring in the Alabama versus Georgia discourse, and I say something completely untrue
Okay,
about people
okay.
from
So,
Alabama.
so for me, if I'm talking about somebody that my uncle is married to, like specifically, that would be Aunt Mary, Aunt whoever, Aunt Topsy Turvy, who fucking cares. However, if I'm talking about it is aunts and uncles. So I have the two different ones. So the general concept is the aw, and a person is aunt.
I have always used aunt because I probably the first person I ever heard it from was my mom, and she's from New York. So I don't know if that's I know like Southerners, especially like in like Black people in the South, use aunt a lot for just aunt or auntie. I've always said aunt, and I don't know if that's a white Southern thing or just a Yankee thing, but I've always like my aunt Terry or my Aunt Ann, it's always been aunt. It's never been aunt. It's always been aunt.
I think I've always used aunt too. Because thinking about what I call my relatives, I always say aunt whatever. But
if you
I
say the
don't-
phrase uncles and,
I think I do use the long vowel sound.
so you're more like me, and
I think so,
when
yeah.
referring to a general, but aunt for a single person.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm answering that, and my entire map is blue. Like there's
Yay,
dots of,
welcome
like
to the
pale
club.
blue. It's pale blue around like North Carolina and like kind of North Carolina, a little bit north of it, but everything else is blue. Like everything, Hawaii and Alaska included.
All right, y'all ready?
Mhm.
This is this is a big oof because
Uh-oh.
we're getting into probably racism and domestic violence.
Oh no. I have an idea.
I
about
know
what
which
I'm
one
about
this
to
is.
say.
Yep.
I just had to skip one because we already did it, and I think I'm answering the same as you. Okay, read it.
What do you call it when it rain? What do you call it when rain falls while the sun is shining? And it starts off really nice and gets progressively worse. Well, the middle is horrible. Okay, so sun shower. I have never heard this before in my life, but apparently some people call it the wolf is giving birth.
That's fucking code. It's like you walk up to somebody, don't make eye
Wow.
contact.
I don't mean to be that white person, but that sounds like like an indigenous thing. I don't know.
Or like
No, no,
someone reclaiming
I-
the small
Like,
amount of Nordic
I could see,
DNA they have.
I could see like Kyle, one of your uncles going up to another uncle and be like, "Oh, the wolf is giving birth."
Fuck you, man. I immediately thought of like those fucking like Identity Europa fucks
Oh my
who are like
God.
completely like Roman, like everything. So it's like Romulus Remus kind of thing. The wolf is giving birth.
Jesus.
And I thought of those people pretending to be Vikings. So,
Oh,
we're all
yeah.
over the place.
all,
the two,
all
the
of
two
it's bad.
people-
Every
the
single
two
one of it is
people-
racist.
wait, the two people with indigenous heritage are saying it's racist, and the white guy was like, "That sounds like an indigenous saying."
Leave it to the white guy.
Into the white man.
Right.
Right. So we had sun shower
Okay,
and the wolf
sun
is giving. So I'm
shower.
answering this at the same time. So.
Okay, sun shower. The wolf is giving birth. The devil is beating his wife. Monkey's wedding. Never heard that before in my life.
I've never heard that either.
Fox's wedding. Pineapple rain. Liquid sun, which sounds like a drug. I have no
Definitely.
term or expression for this other. I have always heard the old Southern expression, the devil's beating his wife.
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I've always heard that one. Yeah.
Oh my god. I had never, when I first took this, I remember being scandalized because I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Because I've never heard any of it except for maybe sun shower. And it's never been like somebody's talking about a sun shower. I don't know if it's like a Florida thing when it's raining and the sun is out like fucking all the time, so you don't even need a word for it.
No,
It's
it's just Florida.
raining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say this is Florida, and that's it. So I'm answering sun shower.
The pineapple, whatever you
Yeah,
said,
that's
sounds like an
weird.
energy drink.
the liquid whatever one was like that's definitely California. All right, so I put in the devil's beating his wife because that's the one I've heard the most from like old Southerners. And obviously, nowhere is red. Most 95% of the country is blue until you get to the South, where it gets like white and yellow. Yellow really in Mississippi and West Alabama. Most of Alabama is white. Most of Georgia is white with blue around Atlanta. And then like in the Appalachians in the Appalachian Mountains, eastern Tennessee, western South Carolina, and western North Carolina. And there's no red. So it's mostly just, I guess, a very southern thing. But that's weird because like you'd think it'd be red. I've only heard that term from like religious Southerners. So like I don't know why the deep South, like the Bible Belt, wouldn't be red. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick the sun shower one whenever I get to it.
Yeah.
So
But I don't know if that's
picked,
just what it's called. Or
I picked sun shower, and everything is blue except for specifically Minnesota.
interesting.
Like New York State, from New York State to Maine is like yellow and a little bit red, and then Florida is like red. So it's like yellow Minnesota, yellow New England, and then Florida's red. Like that's it.
Interesting. All right, this one's gonna be fun. We're gonna take away from the problematic question that Nelson had and have a fun one. All right, so what do you call a large motor vehicle used to carry freight? A semi truck, a tractor trailer, a trailer truck, a transfer truck, transport, truck and trailer, semi trailer, 18-wheeler, truck, rig / big rig, lorry, or other.
So okay, lorry is definitely where Kai is now. That's a very
Yes.
British term, lorry. So okay, so for me, being around truckers in the South, I've heard semi, tractor trailer, big rig, and 18-wheeler. Tractor trailer to me is the southern one, but I also I mean you can go semi, tractor trailer, 18-wheeler, big rig. It's 18. I think I probably growing up I heard 18-wheeler more, but tractor trailer because the tractor is the truck that pulls the trailer. So I mean I'm on that question now too. I had to skip ahead because we answered those. So I'm on this question too. I'm torn between tractor trailer and 18-wheeler.
Yeah, I think if I was just driving and like something like happened, like if they like almost cut me off, I would say like the semi truck almost cut me off. But if one overturned, I feel like the news around here would say, "Why are you laughing?"
Because I was thinking that same thing when the news would call it something.
Yeah, the
different.
news would call it like they would say a tractor trailer was overturned.
Yeah, they would when a track in its natural habitat. The semi truck is upright, but when it is
but,
endangered
like,
and flips
become a
over, it is
tractor
called a
trailer.
it is a
Newscasters
tractor
are
trailer.
supposed to be less regional. So
Oh, if you read
newscasters
the
are-
news headlines
Oh,
here
yeah.
from my county,
No,
stuff is
I'm
misspelled.
talking TV news
Yeah.
where everybody gets rid of their
Yeah.
accents, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's supposed to. You think, but you get that local news, be like, dang old tractor trailer there running up, flipped off a dang old mouth.
Remember we had our last After Dark. My local news had the whole thing about the cow. So you know,
Cows
you
in the
know
river.
that they're
Cows
gonna
out of
say
the river
tractor
now.
trailer.
I hope she's living a blessed life. That cow.
I'm torn. Like I said, I'm torn between 18-wheeler and tractor trailer.
Now,
I think
for
I'm gonna say
me,
semi truck.
for me, truck, just the word truck, has multiple uses. And I know that when doing that, and I don't know if this is just my family or maybe a Florida thing or what, but like if I have been talking and say truck can mean it can mean an SUV, It can mean the
Yeah.
thing that hauls freight across the country. It's just truck. All of them are truck. And when I've said that in reference to something to somebody else, they have been confused. So like if I'm in my house and I'm referencing my car in the US, which is an SUV, and I say, oh yeah, it's in the truck, like my family knows what that means, but I don't think anybody else would. Maybe.
I picked.
Yeah, I don't
picked
think
the
I
wrong
would-
one.
Yeah, I picked the wrong one too because it says that I'm most like the Pacific Northwest,
Says
but it's
I-
still
Oh,
white.
gross.
I picked tractor trailer, and I got like Virginia up to New England. So I'm guessing 18 wheeler is the. I could have sworn tractor trailer would be the southern one, but I guess I guess
Because the
it's
word
18 wheel-
tractor.
Yeah, I guess it's 18 wheeler.
Tractors are inherently southern. That's it.
Well, like what you're saying about using truck ambiguously, I would say car like that. So, like my grandmother's SUV, I would call a car, even though it's not small like a car would be. I would say it's in her car.
Yeah. Like if I was on the highway and a large vehicle cut me off, I'd say that truck cut me
I'm
off.
gonna take.
If I'm
this
referring
quiz-
to my vehicle, which is an SUV, I would say it's in the truck. And if I'm referring to my dad's vehicle, which is a pickup truck, I would say truck. All of it is truck.
Yeah, I guess I interchange out 18 wheeler. Like I said, I interchange out a few of them: tractor trailer, big rig, semi, 18 wheeler. Just depends on how hot
I
it
would
is
never
outside.
say big rig.
It's not
What
big
do I
rig.
look like?
Mark, you look like a trucker. You need the hat.
I look like a trucker?
Yeah, if you
I
have
don't
the
even
hat
know
on.
where my hat is. Hold on.
Get your Orlando hat.
Where's my nearest hat? I don't know. I don't have
Eastbound and
one.
down, loading up and trucking.
It's okay. This isn't a visual podcast. It would just be for you two.
Right. My next question is, how do you pronounce CRAYON? The thing that
Did
you
you
color
say
with?
CRT?
Oh no.
Do you pronounce it with one syllable, rhymes with man? Two syllables sounds like crayon. With two syllables, where the second syllable rhymes with dawn. I thought that I just said it. So it's crayon. So it's crayon, crayon.
The crayon.
Sounds like crown. I don't. None of these make sense except crayon to me, which would be the two syllables where the second syllable rhymes
Yeah.
with dawn.
It's a crayon.
So I know for a fact that I've heard most people that I went to school with call it a crown, but I say
Okay.
crayon.
Oh, okay. So, well, we're talking about fucking coloring and shit, right?
Yeah, like Crayola.
Okay,
Yeah,
Crayola crayons. Yeah, it's like crayon.
crayon.
All right. So that gave me very mixed results. I can't even like really explain this. For some reason, Arizona is blue. Like from Texas west is like kind of orange and yellow, but Arizona is blue. Like nobody in Arizona says crayon. But like everything else is very mixed with like yellow and blue. It's more blue towards Michigan, but it's super mixed. Oh wait. Okay, so crayon actually has one red spot, and that's like New Orleans. So there we go, I guess. Next, Nelson. We've lost Nelson.
No, I'm here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it is me. I thought it was Mark for some reason. I thought I just went. Okay, Kai. This one is specifically for you because I don't bake, and Mark, do you bake? I know Kai
Yeah.
bakes. Okay, well, sorry, Mark.
It's fine.
Do you call the sweet spread that is put on a cake frosting or icing? Frosting,
It's two different fucking
Two different
things.
things.
frosting,
Yeah.
icing, frosting and icing refer to two different things, both neither other. I have no fucking idea. Is frosting icing?
Okay,
on the cake?
Nelson, I'm handing you a slice of cake and it is topped with something yellow. What do you ask me? What flavor is this?
Let me think for a second. It's Mimi's birthday. She's not dead yet.
Jeez.
We're
Dig
at
deep for that
we're
one,
at the
huh?
we're at the old house. No one wants to be here.
Your mind palace over here.
There's an ice cream cake. Hold on.
There's nothing on an ice cream cake, Nelson.
No.
My uncle, my racist grandfather makes some remark about eating a big piece of cake. I want to kill him.
Nelson, I think you're doing a bit, but fill in the blank for
I'm
me.
trying to-
Buttercream blank.
I always say icing on the cake.
So you said
Okay, you have your
icing.
answer then. Even if it's fucking wrong, you have your answer.
Icing or frosting? Do I even say frosting? What flavors is icing? I think I say icing.
So I think frosting is
Yes, I got south. Good.
what you put over the entire cake, and icing is what you do the details with.
So for me, and I will only back this up with saying that I've been baking since I was 11 years old, and I've taken like cake decorating classes. Frosting is a more whipped thing, and it tends to be like, so if you cut a cake slice and you see a thick layer of something that's not fondant feels like Play-Doh. So
Right,
if it's
it's
like
gross.
relatively soft, that is frosting. Icing is something thinner that has kind of almost a more liquid consistency. So usually you would put icing on something like a bundt cake. So when you look at a bundt cake, usually it looks like it has like drips coming down. That's icing. Frosting is thicker than that. Frosting can stand up on its own.
I have
Interesting.
a point of inquiry, Madam Speaker, Kai. Did we do the one with the insects that glow at night? Have we done
Yeah.
that one yet?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta. Did I say lightning?
I
bug
said
or-
firefly. What did you pick?
I'm
We
gonna
don't
say
believe your eyes.
I use lightning bug and firefly interchangeably,
Okay.
and I'm like a nasty turquoise color. Oh.
You used such a strong word. I was waiting for what you said next.
It's like a light blue. It's like a weird. What do you call the large wild cat? Okay, no, yeah, we did that one.
Well, listen, you just did your question. Mark, your next.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm just skipping through because I know we've done a lot of these.
All right, tell me. Well, I don't want to divide your attention too much and have you click something wrong. So hurry up and. Your blank stare says it all. Come
So
on.
fucking like zeroed in on
Focused.
this.
No, it froze. Okay, hold on, wait. No, what happened? Oh. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, go. I got my results.
All right. You get your results?
Yeah, because we only have like 2 questions left. Well, most of the other
I'm
ones.
at
I'm
number
on 16.
17.
Oh, cool. Well, all mine were
No,
different.
so what
at
have you
first.
done?
No, all mine were different at first, and then I started getting the ones that you already did, like
We haven't done this one though.
mountain lion
What I'm about to
sneakers.
say.
Yeah, the
Okay.
one that I'm looking at, we haven't done yet.
All right, go.
Go ahead, Mark.
Also, your results are going to be thrown out.
No, sweet Mac.
What is the distinction between dinner and supper?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Very controversial.
I didn't get that one.
That might be your 2 that's left.
No, I don't have any left. They didn't
Don't
give me.
spoil
What
your
have you
results.
been doing? Have you just been like skipping through shit?
No, I.
It's okay. Your opinion still matters. Hold on.
Yay!
As
Don't ever
a
tell him that
straight
again.
cisgender white man, your
Yay.
opinion still matters.
I'm gonna eat cold chicken nuggets now.
Don't get botulism or anything from them. How fresh are they?
I got them for lunch.
Oh, okay, so there's
It
probably
hasn't
still
been more
good.
than 4 hours.
There's enough preservatives in that McDonald's where you could probably eat it like 30 years from now and it'd probably still be okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, you ready?
Mark.
Supper is an evening meal, but dinner is dinner is eaten later. Supper is an evening meal, and dinner is the main meal. Dinner takes place in a more formal setting than supper. There's no distinction. They're the same thing. I don't use the word supper. I don't use the word dinner or other. Supper's earlier.
I don't
So
use
it-
I don't use supper. I just
You
always
don't
eat
use
dinner.
supper?
I had to learn this since I moved to the UK that dinner is more like lunch and supper is what you eat in the evening. So if you
Ooh,
go to
okay.
school and you eat something that's in school and during school hours, you have dinner ladies. So dinner is the earlier meal and supper is later. However, there's also a distinction between where you live in the UK. Sometimes it can be a more northern thing to say dinner and supper as opposed to being in the South, which is more interchangeable in the UK, like in England, basically. However, for myself, like I don't use those words like that. I never use the word supper. I only use the word dinner.
Interesting. Because I also think that the word dinner does hold more weight than supper. Because we would never have supper at a sit down restaurant. We would go out for dinner. If that makes sense.
The only person I ever heard in my family use supper is my racist grandma because she's from Alabama.
Well, excuse me.
What's a supper? Boom.
Yeah, like
insert racist.
Nelson, you
Mhm.
never got the question about sweetened carbonated beverages? That is the biggest fight on the internet.
ooh, yeah.
I didn't get that one. I swear to God, I didn't get it.
I'm gonna say that they're the same thing because I do think a lot of people around here use them interchangeably. But my grandmother is from Louisiana, so I feel like my results kind of skew a little bit since she taught me how to like speak.
Okay.
So I don't know. Let's see.
Mark speaks Cajun.
My map turned out like pretty solidly red through the south and blue through everything else. And I only use the word dinner.
Let's see. Yeah, mine's white and blue. God bless America.
Supper is definitely like a Southern and Appalachia thing. Yeah,
All
supper.
right. All right, I got Georgia turned dark red, answering the same questions. All right, now I'm on the carbonated beverage one.
Okay, look,
Alright.
this is what I'm going to say about this.
No, Nelson, I have to read the fucking question first.
Don't be pessimistic about this, Nelson. Hold on.
What do you call a sweetened carbonated beverage? Soda, pop, Coke, tonic, soft drink, lemonade, Coca-Cola.
What?
Just Coca-Cola, not Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. Fizzy drink, dope, other.
Y'all gonna
Nope.
call me a Yankee.
Dope? No. Okay, real quick, hot take. Everyone, there's that whole Southern stereotype. Are like, what kind of Coke you want? Oh, I want a Sprite. I have never in my life, in the 31 years I have lived in the Deep South, ever heard even the most bumble fucking cousin fucking redneck call a Sprite a Coke. The difference is the machine that it comes out of. Okay, no one I have ever been around has called a Dr. Pepper a Coke. They're like, can I get a Dr. Pepper? Can I get a Pepsi? Can I get Coke? However, the difference between the dialects is the machine. I would never go into a convenience store or a package store, right, and say, y'all have a soda machine. No, you have a Coke machine. And it could be a Pepsi machine. It could be a Dr. Pepper machine. It could be a Coke machine. It's never a fountain, whatever. It's never a soda machine, never a pop machine. It's always a Coke machine. In that Coke machine, there's Sprite, Coke, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper, water. But it's never like, can I get a Coke? What kind of Coke do you want? Sprite. No, Cletus. It's
No, I think the answer is that I think that counts as saying Coke.
I just want everybody to know that we've watched Nelson go on this diatribe about this, which I think he is incorrect about, by the way.
Oh my God.
While he is dropping and spewing fries, shoveling them in his face by the fistful.
I wish I had some fries, man.
Dipping them in honey mustard sauce.
How can you eat them when they're cold? They're like fucking wallpaper paste.
They really are. I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
I'm just constantly. I eat because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I eat. It's a vicious cycle.
What the fuck is that from, Nelson?
This fat bastard from Austin
Oh
Powers.
my god, yes!
I told my therapist that. It was like that line sums it up for me.
Right. So if I'm talking about the thing that I drink, I say soda. And
I say
again,
soda as well.
I will preface this by saying that I grew up in Central Florida, which does not count as the South in almost anything. When Nelson is talking about the machines, I think there could be some room for dialect in there. Because I do, like, if somebody said, is there a Coke machine? I would understand what they mean. But for me, if I said, I'm going to look for this thing, I would say, I'm going to look for a vending machine.
Yeah, me too. But
See,
also,
Nelson, we line up because we're Eastern time, all right?
But like a vending machine to me has candy in it too.
Yeah, but it's still a machine that you put coins
And
in and get something out of.
I will give
So
you the,
for me, that would be the same thing.
and I will give you the soda for the individual can of fizzy bubula. That is that is the individual drink is a soda, but the machine, I'm just thinking because like I never hear Southerners say it. I always hear Yankees say it. They're like, oh, you guys call everything down there Coke, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
no, jackass.
Yeah. And also, like, you know, like if you're working at a fast food place, it's like the tower that all the drinks come out of. What do you call that?
That's a Coke machine.
Coke machine?
Soda machine. Soda machine.
Soda machine.
Or a fountain drink, fountain. It's
Yeah,
a
or
fountain.
fountain. It could be a fountain. If I'm at a like restaurant where you go get your own drinks and you say,
Mhm.
and I want a blank, I would say, and I want a fountain drink because they give me a cup and I go to the fountain myself.
Yeah,
and get it.
because
Yeah, because fountain drink isn't on here.
But hold on, time out. The difference for that is fountain doesn't have tea because tea cups cost are like $1 and like soda cups are more than $1. So I would say fountain when I want a soda, but if I want tea, it's can I get a teacup, right, or a cup for tea?
I've seen a brisk tea in a like soda fountain.
That's not
before.
real. That's not real.
Yeah,
Get
you
the
don't
fuck outta
have to
here.
brew brisk. And I will give that if you go any place that
Kai froze.
does brew, you can tell the difference because when you first get it out of I was gonna say, like, you can tell if somebody has to brew because when you first get it out of the machine, it's warm in your cup and it melts your ice immediately.
The big
So there
difference.
is a difference.
The big difference for me is the actual vending machine that only sells sodas. I have always called that a Coke machine, even if it says because you remember you go to like Piggly Wiggly, right? The old school Coke machines out there would have like RC Cola and Grapico on the front. It's like I'm not gonna call that can I Grapico machine, like it's a Coke machine. Or like even if it says Pepsi on it, I'm not gonna say you have a Pepsi machine. I say you got a Coke machine, and they know like okay, well that's the Coke machine that has like a number of products in it, even if it's Pepsi. When I waited tables, the only time it would ever come up is someone was like when I worked at two different restaurants. One was Pepsi, one was Coke. Someone was like, "Can I get a Coke?" I'd be like, "Is Pepsi okay?" And they'd be like, "Oh, that tastes like shit. Can I get tea?" Or like, "Yeah, that's fine," and vice versa. To me, the only dialectical difference is the actual machine that sells plastic bottles, glass bottles, or cans of soda is always, to me, what I have heard, a Coke machine. The fountain machine, the fountain drinks, in certain contexts, I would say, do you have a Coke machine? Or a fountain. If I say the only time I use like fountain is if I'm like going into a fast food restaurant and they have tea and I don't want to get either charged more for the tea or I want to make sure like, hey, I want a fountain drink. The actual individual sodas, I would be like Coke, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Sprite, things like
Mark,
that.
have you ever been charged? If we walk into a McDonald's right now in any of our respective states, and you said, I want a tea, and they say, oh, the thing is over there. Have you ever been charged more for a cup when you're buying a cold tea versus
I don't know because I'm really picky
fountain?
about tea, and if I hate that this is like outside of your question.
No, I mean like now McDonald's is $1 for everything, but back in the day, remember they used to give you the tea used to come in the styrofoam cup, and the Coke used to come in the paper cup.
Well, I think when it's like I'm dining in at like an Arby's, McDonald's, Wendy's, whatever it is. Why are you laughing? Because I said Arby's. On the terrible occasions that I walk inside of an Arby's, and I say I want a large drink, I can just pick what I want. Like, you know, I don't think they charge me. I don't think they care that I'm getting a sweet tea, or because I'm not getting an unsweet tea. God forbid.
Oh God, I don't have diabetes.
Like,
I'm not old.
You know, and I don't think I've ever. The only time I've ever ordered a tea at a restaurant is if it's like a peach tea. So I don't know if that like would be I don't pay attention if it's extra. If I want peach tea, I'm gonna get peach tea.
So all I know is that before they made everything $1, McDonald's used to be like $1 large sweet tea, and then like $2.50 for a large fountain drink.
I have always, like, maybe I'm wrong and I just wasn't paying attention, but I have always been like, if I walk into a fast food place where they hand you your cup and they point you to a counter where there is a tea brewing cylinder that you get your cold tea out of and a machine that has sodas in it, I have never seen any difference in the cups or noticed a difference in the price
Right.
between them.
Yeah,
This should be
mine's
a
always
great
been.
sociology experiment. Like go to different.
Isn't that what the
regions.
podcast is? Really?
Honestly, no, when you were saying like you're really picky about it, like I've always, like, when I'm in Florida, I do not want to cook when I'm there, so we eat out of the house almost every night, or I order something in the house almost every night. So for me, it's like fun to go to different restaurants and try their sweet tea, see how good it is and who has the better one, and know the difference between them. And you can tell if it's like a brisk or something like that
Yeah.
versus like a brewed one. But yeah, that is a Southern thing. That is a Southern thing that we should be talking about. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
so
I'm
I am
also-
answering soda.
Yeah,
Right.
I picked soda when I.
If it
when I
says the
answered it.
the individual thing, then yeah, soda. If it's the machine, it's always been Coke machine.
Because if
Yeah.
I asked someone if we were ordering something, what kind of soda do you want? That's the exact phrasing I would use, and someone around here would know exactly what I meant.
I would say, what do you want to drink?
Okay, no.
I
But also, like,
was half Yankee myself. I know. I do declare.
but I also try if someone, like, especially with, like, Panera, where they have something funky to drink, I always choose like the weird option anyway. So it'll be like, I want the cactus and like bottom of your shoe lemonade, please. And then, like, you know, so it
That
doesn't
sounds
matter.
fucking
This
delicious.
is- this
If
is-
there's a cactus lemonade, I love it.
Oh
Prick-
my-
Anybody who hasn't tried prickly pear, it is delicious.
What was it, Kai? You cut out for a second.
I was saying anybody who hasn't tried prickly pear
Prickly
in a
pear.
drink, it's delicious.
This
Yeah.
is
So-
a woman I work with that like started ranting to me about this drink she got at Panera. She had it in her hand, and to set the mood, this is like if a Harry Potter character was a real person.
Oh no.
Jeez.
One of those.
Go ask her
people.
what she thinks about trans people.
This is like I think she's younger than you, Mark. So it's just like
Oh no.
it's probably like a Harry Potter character / librarian type woman, and she had this
Sure, it'd be
Panera
cool.
bread cup that was like this fucking big, and it was pink, and she was like, "This
Charged lemonade.
is
Mhm.
great. It has caffeine and this." And I really wanted to be, however, they were kids around. I really wanted to say, just do cocaine like an adult.
Yeah, those charged lemonades have like 300 milligrams of caffeine in them,
That's
which
not
is
even-
like
that's not
about
even
a
like
bang.
I was about to say that's like nothing for you, Mark. You're like, I'm fucking.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm explaining to the lay people what that means, and you're like, oh, well, you would know since you ravage
you
your
c-
body.
Do cocaine like an adult.
We'll see.
So I have now done all questions.
Oh,
Mark,
I have
you skipped-
more. I have a, I have
everything,
a-
everything that was left is things that I have heard already. So I have my
Okay.
results. So you go ahead.
All right. So how do you pronounce blank? So okay, because I don't want to lead you
I
into
pronounce it
what
blank.
it is. Shut up. So imagine if you had like a Twix or a Snickers, like the brown sugary stuff that is in one of these candies. Would it be 2 syllables, 3 syllables, or would you say them the same? So it's kind of like caramel and caramel. Which one do you say?
Caramel.
I say caramel.
I use it. It depends. Like something could have a caramel filling, or it could be like
You muted that for a second.
no, it's fine.
You're like caramel.
Hold on.
We lost Mark.
I saw their eyes shift. So something is going on in there.
ca-
We're
the car-
gonna
the
light
car-
a candle for Mark and wait for them to come back.
The caramel police. They got Mark.
FBI,
yeah.
open up. My bad.
Are you okay?
Yeah. So caramel sauce, and then something's got a whatever. I think I don't say caramel. Maybe I don't know. I'm thinking about it too much.
All right, so popcorn that's covered in this brown substance. What would you call that?
Caramel popcorn.
So
Like
you
kettle
definitely
corn.
you have the three syllables. I am a caramel. I'm a 2-syllable. Nelson's gone
Interesting.
again.
No,
People are gonna call me names.
I say caramel.
You say caramel. Well, I say like, can I have a Oh no, I do say with 3 syllables. I think, because if I was ordering a drink like a coffee, I think I would say caramel, like caramel macchiato.
Mhm.
Oh
You have
no,
the
let's
other A in
see.
there.
Let's see what it tells me. Oh, okay, we're safe.
Yeah, caramel is southern, but like caramel is supposed to be like a New York thing. I thought it would all the other way around, but apparently
Yeah.
folks down here say caramel.
So the very tip of Louisiana is dark red, and then everything else in the south is like light orange, and everything else is blue. So we're safe. We're good.
Yay.
Don't worry. I was waiting for my
Somebody to come
see.
take your Southern card.
yeah, exactly. Let's see. Let me answer the rest of these questions. Lawyer. All right, my map.
All right.
Right.
So Nelson finished first. So Nelson, you explain your map.
So funny enough, so most similar is literally my hometown.
Lovely.
The most similar Raleigh, Montgomery, Mobile. I'm in Montgomery, so that's my most similar. I'm dark red in the deep south. My least similar is Tacoma, Seattle, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and yeah, that's it. So
I'm curious. So your half of your family has very, very southern roots, and half of your family does not. So do you have any like red or orange spots where your mom is from?
yeah, so basically, okay, so my dad's father is from Quincy, Massachusetts, and that's yellow and blue. My mother's family is from Long Island, and yeah, that's orange and yellow. And then my dad's mother is from the deep south, and that's dark red. Like literally, Montgomery is my most similar, along with Mobile and Raleigh. So yeah, it goes from like Massachusetts like blue yellow into Long Island is orange, and then literally where I am is the most similar. So mine lined up, I guess.
So for you, it worked.
Mhm.
So I have 3 towns on mine as well. My towns are Fort Lauderdale, Pembroke Pines, and Miami/Hialeah, which are all down it's just the tiniest little lines between Miami. So my map shows very like almost black. It's so dark red around Miami.
Nice.
And very, very, very dark red through the bits of Central Florida that are not very like southern. So I know like what Florida is like distribution wise. So there's an area of Central Florida that is very rural and skews more typically southern, and that's yellow. But like around Tampa and Daytona and Orlando is very dark red, just not as dark as Miami. Now, I will also add that my mom and my grandma are from New York City, and New York City is dark red.
Hey.
My dad is from Baltimore, and I have dark red on Baltimore as well. I am very similar to Hawaii. Hawaii is a dark orange, and San Francisco is almost red. The rest of my map is kind of yellow and blue, except the only place that I can definitely not be from is northern Michigan. Like the top half of Michigan.
Yeah, my
is
Michigan
like
is blue.
Oh, jinx.
Mine, we did it. We did it. All my fear and doubt has been washed away. Georgia is dark red. I am fine.
What if it just picks up our IP addresses?
No, not fair. No, like
excuse
it
it.
will not understand that my mom is from New York and my dad is from Baltimore. And I still get red dots there.
It's all the data.
So-
It's what we've mentioned. It's big data collecting our stuff. They've heard
My-
us.
My cities are Columbus, Georgia. And then I have right on the border of South Carolina and Georgia. So it has Augusta and Richmond. And then it has Greensboro, North Carolina. And so let's see. And then I also have a little bit of Florida, Panhandle, Florida. And then just very a small amount of southern Texas. And then New England is blue and Michigan is blue. So we did it, boys.
Yeah.
We did it, Reddit. We did it.
did it.
It did somehow, even though this was kind of this quiz is now 9 years old and out of date. And Nelson wanted to talk about how it was Yankee propaganda this entire time. We did somehow get
Yankee
the
propaganda.
only thing I will say is that I am not from Miami. I have spent a grand total of 1 day of my life in Miami.
At least you got the
And
same.
for some
state.
reason, it is, I'm not even kidding, it is so dark it's almost black around Miami.
Kai's Cuban.
If you scroll down a little bit, it'll have the reason why I gave you those 3 cities.
Mhm.
And my words that it pinned me for is y'all and yard sale.
Oh my God! Hold on, timeout. It pinned Montgomery and Mobile because I said service road, and it pinned Raleigh because I said yard sale. That's pretty funny. That is
So-
hilarious.
For me, all 3 of mine are pinned because of sun shower. Pembroke Pines, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami Hialeah are all sun shower.
Interesting.
So yeah, we did it.
We did
Yay,
it.
service road.
Let me. I want to hit the show least similar. My least similar cities are Detroit, Toledo, and Akron. So Detroit, Michigan,
Yeah.
Toledo, Ohio, and Akron, Ohio.
Fuck you, Ohio.
Wait,
All right,
do
let's
you
see.
guys still have it? Do you have it? So at the
Yeah.
top where it says your map, there's the scale and it says show least similar.
Yeah,
next
my
to it.
least were Seattle, Tacoma, Washington, Seattle, Washington, and Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Detroit, Philly, and Buffalo, New York.
Whoa!
So none of
So-
us are northern somehow. Even though you would never peg me as being southern, somehow it got us.
I don't pass as being a Yankee, and that's all I need to know.
I ain't no damn Yankee.
Well, I hope people enjoy my little foray into trying to be smarter than I actually am
That
and
was
doing a
beautiful.
dialect quiz.
Whatever.
It was beautiful, Kai. I'm giving you my degrees. You can have them.
I don't
Let me
like
s-
politics, Nelson.
Yeah, but you can just say you got a
If
minute.
you-
can
if you get-
masters.
If you get like an English degree or a history or I don't know,
It'll make
classics,
your-
something like that.
it'll make you
linguistics.
it'll make your residential visa thing go smoother. It'll be oh, you have a master's degree. Okay, go right ahead.
There's one more thing that's like an accent challenge that was going around TikTok. I don't know if it would be helpful since we're all pretty much from the same like
Oh,
region.
is that dude from like Eastern Tennessee who's like, how do you pronounce this word? We say tire.
Tire. Tire.
Like maybe next time we do one of these, I'll find an accent thing and we can try that next time because I think we've already been recording for almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
We drug that out for 2 hours. Jeez.
If you're listening to this, if this new interface I got doesn't work, I'm telling all of our fans who you are.
He's
They're
got
gonna come
mob
get you.
ties.
Whoa, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh man. All right, Mark, you want to
What am I supposed to say? We said all these like southern things. You want me to say oil and fried green tomato and or fried green maters, excuse me.
No, come on, it's
like-
gator nuggets and
Yeah, like roadkill. What do you want me to say? Come on. Like I'm picking up an armadillo on the side of the road and grilling it up. What do you want me to What is there?
It's the same. It's supposed
Grits again? You want me to go with grits? No. I don't know. I used to say scrimp when I was younger instead
No, but
of
like,
shrimp.
what's the funny like the saying? Didn't you? Were you gonna come up with sayings to say at the end of the
I
episode?
don't know. I don't. Let's see. Hold on. I got the internet open. Let's see.
The interweb.
I got that internet open. Come
I'm
on,
gonna type
now.
in backwoods. No, backwoods southern. It typed it. The auto thing says lawyer. It's a-
A
Listening
backwoods
to us.
southern lawyer. Reba McEntire.
Let's see. First thing it says, I'm gonna read out loud.
Okay.
Ew, this is very misogynistic.
Do
Oh,
it.
no. No, I can't.
Is he? You know.
Is he, you know? Oh, okay. I got one. Since we're gonna go that route. That boy seems to be a little light in his loafers, if you know what I mean.